Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ScrapMan, bringing you another episode of Trailmakers, and today you might be wondering, why am I on the aircraft carrier? This is not the normal starting point for Trailmakers, and that is because we're going to be building our own aircraft carrier, and my goal for this episode is to create an aircraft carrier that can quick launch a flying vehicle off of it. Now, I don't know logistically if this is going to be doable, but that's never stopped me before, and usually at least something funny comes of it. So that's what we're hoping for in this episode. Well, that or success. Let's go with success first. I think that's top of the list of things I'm hoping for, and then funny failures second. So I've thought about this a little bit for like a few minutes so far, and here are the trouble spots that I'm worried about and I'm unsure of what to expect. One is, can we create a flat enough surface with building parts that a vehicle like a plane can roll or drive on? I don't know how stable that is compared to like the ground. And then second, can we create an actual launching mechanism that is going to give the plane enough lift to get off of the thing? First, I think I'm going to start with a plane because I want to build the plane as small as possible. I just want to get something that can fly with like a single jet engine. And we're also going to have to consider the shape it's going to need to be in order to be able to be launched. Now, I kind of want it to launch similar to an actual aircraft carrier, in which there's like something that is going to grab it from underneath, like near the wheels. And then we're going to use pistons to just send it flying off of the aircraft carrier. So we need something that the tab is going to be able to grab on the plane and make sure it's not going to interfere when the plane gets launched off. So let's start off. I'm going to use the go-kart seat because I think I'm going to make the plane small enough that we can use the seat controls to turn it. I don't want to have to put in manual flaps and stuff. I'd prefer to just be able to use the seat for roll and pitch. All right, so at the very, very basic needs, I want a thruster and some wings and some wheels. Actually, they might have to go a little bit further back. We don't want our center of lift to be too far forward. We need to figure out wheels and how it's going to be grabbed. Well, let's just see, how does this thing fly, if it even flies? All right, I'm trying to pitch myself back here. There we go. We can pitch back. You know what? This thing, I actually can move the wings forward a little bit. Okay, good to know. This is actually kind of working. All right, here we go. Tilt up. Whoops. Okay, apparently I moved the wings a little bit too far forward now. Wow, this thing is super sensitive now. So that's the difference from 2 blocks. So let's do the happy medium, 1 block in between what we just did. All right, hopefully this isn't going to be too uncontrollable. Oh, no, really? Really? All right, so I guess we had the perfect wing placement. Not the perfect wing placement, but the best wing placement with them back there. So yeah, now, wow, look at that difference. So much easier to control, but the only thing about this is when I'm not pulling back, I am nose diving. And I think what's causing that is I don't actually have any horizontal stabilizers in the back. So that might solve that issue. So let's actually give that a try. Perfect landing. All right, look at that. Oh, this actually looks really good. All right, let's see how this functions as far as our center of lift. We might actually need to move the big wings forward now. All right, yeah, so it definitely wants to tilt me forward. So I'm going to try to move them forward by 1 block and see if those rear ones help us out at all. Let's see what kind of difference this makes in controllability. Now it's not stable at all. Like, now it could go either way, front or back. All right, but you know what? We shouldn't commit to any of our aerodynamic states yet, because when we add wheels and stuff, that is definitely going to change things. But so far, this actually isn't looking too bad. Kind of happy with this. Man, the thing is, small wheels just, they just don't, whoa, that was weird. That's weird. So when I click on the wheel on the edge, the camera doesn't know which side of the wheel it wants me to look at. But I'm clicking on the side, it's fine. That's a funny little effect. All right, here's what I've done with the plane. I don't know how this is gonna work, but the idea is that the tab that is gonna launch the plane is gonna be able to grab on here. The difficult thing was leaving the back open, because after the plane gets launched, I didn't want the back of our plane to hit the tab, so I had to make sure that there was no axle back here. So I had to attach these wheels up to the front through this kind of convoluted aerodynamic block system. But let's see how it runs. Now, I purposely wanted it to be able to tilt up like this, so that way when it gets launched, it should be catching the wind in an upwards direction. So, are we too heavy, is the question. Okay. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. I couldn't keep my nose up. So, we've added a lot more weight to the front, so I'm actually going to, let's see, if I delete that, move the wings forward a little bit now. But now we have to reattach. All right, that's something. Now let's see how it flies. Unfortunately, the pipes are kind of heavy, so that might actually completely change my my weight distribution. All right, here we go. Oh boy. Oh, this is tough to control. Yeah, this is, I cannot stay straight. And I can't even move the wings back anymore after that. You know what? We might be able to get some rid of the weight in the back by replacing all of these pipe pieces with a smaller number of aerodynamic blocks that actually weigh less anyway. Just like that. Actually looks kind of cool too. All right, how's this gonna feel? Come on, lift up. I don't like it. I don't like it. Man, it just feels so much. I just moved the wings back by one block. Even though it makes me nosedive when I'm not pressing back, it still automatically feels so much better. All right, so I saved it. So now all I'm gonna do is a quick test flight and landing. We didn't test, can this thing land and roll? The wheels are unpowered. It's just thruster power. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fly around. We're gonna turn back and then see if we can land. Oh boy, this thing is not easy to control. All right, and look at that. Wow, we picked up speed after we landed. That's kind of weird. Oh, we can't steer either. That's okay, though. Uh-oh. 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 We can't stop either. There's no brakes on this thing. But you know what? Works good enough. Now we just need to make an aircraft carrier that can carry this thing and more difficultly launch it. More difficultly. That is not a pleasant sentence. Okay, aircraft carrier time. So, obviously, we needed to have a wide deck for us to take off and land from. Yeah, I'm gonna leave a 1 block gap, and I guess we'll just make this 6 wide plus the gap. And that gap is hopefully, oh, I'm just realizing that this is gonna be difficult to make something. I'm trying to make something that's gonna move down that gap. That's gonna be our tab that shoots the plane off, but I have to make sure it's not gonna be in contact and weld with anything else, so it remains a free-floating object. So that's definitely going to be a challenge of this. So let's go ahead and start with building our deck, though. I think that's going to be good enough so far. This isn't going to be a pretty aircraft carrier. We're more focusing on the functionality of this than the design of this. So now we need to focus on making this thing float. And of course, the best way to make something to float is to give it some pontoons. So I'm just going to load the perimeter of the underside of this with a bunch of these medium pontoons and hope that that is going to be enough. All right, let's see if this works. Please float, please float, please float. Oh, look at that. Not too bad. Let's spawn in the plane on top of that, and we are going to see if our plane can roll. Oh, of course, the wheel gets caught right in there. Ooh, that's interesting. All right, but surprisingly, this actually rolls really, really well. I thought there was going to be some, like, a lot of collision issues. What? This is disorienting. This is very, very disorienting. Okay, so now we need something to catch the plane, or to grab the plane, rather. Oh, no, I don't want the... Okay, good. I thought I was going to lose this for a second. Okay, so now the tough part. We got to create a mechanism that can launch the plane. Oh, no, these are perfect. Because these aren't going to have any weld points on the side, so we could have one of these sticking up, no problem, from underneath there. All right, that's already a great start. Okay, so now the idea is we're going to use pistons. We're going to set these pistons to max speed, and I'm kind of on the fence between, do I want the start position to be compressed, and then when we press the button, it expands, launching us? Or we could actually have the start position be expanded and we press the button, it actually pulls us instead of pushing us. I'm kind of tempted to go for the pulling. So start position will be open. We can always change our mind if it doesn't work. All right, so that means that we need a bunch of these in a row. I don't know how many we're actually going to need. Hopefully that's not going to get too heavy though. And then we need a tab on top to hook the plane with. And I think just the one block above should be enough, unless, oh, it's not gonna be able to hold its own weight. So it's gonna dip underneath. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Unforeseen challenges. Whoops. It breaks too. So now what I'm gonna do is turn all of these to the side. And the reason being is that you can see it has a connection point on the bottom here, but not on the side. So if we just rotate all these, now we can put a platform underneath it without it actually welding to these pistons, locking them in place. We just gotta hope that a platform underneath here is going to actually hold the pistons up in a way that keeps them stable. There we go. All right, let's see how this works. All right, looking good so far. It hasn't dropped down. Now I'm afraid that when we contract these, it's just going to break everything. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that was the thing I was afraid of. Oh, it worked that time. If anything, it might be a little bit too fast. Just for testing purposes, let's go ahead and bring our plane in, and we're gonna use a detachable block. There we go. There we go. I'll just get in this seat, I guess, for now. We go ahead and detach. All right, that tab looks like it is going to hook on. All right, now the moment of truth. Will this actually pull the plane? It's probably going to break the plane. We're probably going to explode ourselves immediately. Well, here's the moment between success or failure. What's going to happen? All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Huh? I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. All right, so I'm going to lower the speed by 1/4. And we're going to see what kind of difference that makes. I really don't know what to expect with this. I'm like, after that first test, I'm fully expecting this to just never work. We'll find out. Okay, detach. 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 So I just tried to drag it back in. Operation failed. Corrupt. Is this one corrupt? That one is also corrupt. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Is this is... All right. This is just before I added the plane to it. Okay, so we corrupted it when we added the plane to it somehow. I guess let's try it again and hope we don't corrupt it this time. Okay, so I've remade all the modifications. I've attached the plane. I've lowered them by 25%. Okay, and the fact that we can spawn it back in means it's not corrupt. We're off to a good start. Now let's see. Did the 25% decrease work? And also, are we going to teleport to the bottom of the ocean again if we press detach, right? 3, 2, 1, detach. Good start. Good start. The hook is there, and I'm going to launch this thing right... If this succeeds, it's getting launched right into the aircraft carrier. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Launch. I gotta admit, that didn't look half bad. Like, that really didn't look half bad. So now the only problem right now is I don't think, once I detach, I don't think I can launch myself from here. So if I detach, then press space. Oh, it actually did. It was like a remote control effect. So I think we gotta make it even slower. Let's go 50%. What is my guy doing? It's like, why have you forsaken me, ScrapMan? All right, here we go. Detach. The hook is in place, and space. That didn't look too bad. It just didn't hook on for some reason very well. I'm trying to take off. I can't do it. Hey, it floats. That's something. Oh. That's not something. All right, I'm going to try something interesting with the pistons here. I'm actually going to have them go in sequence. So like it's gonna start from here and go down, but as it gets down the line, it's gonna increase in speed. So this first set here, like the first 2 of them, I'm gonna have at like 30. And then these next few, I'll set them to 50. Then these next 3, I'll set to 60. And then the final 2 will be 75. So now it should... Oh, wait, I forgot. Dang it. I forgot to actually set the timer in between, the delay. So these first 2, was it? There's 30, then 50. Yeah, so then I'm going to set the delay before reaction to input. I guess we'll go in increments of 0.2 seconds. I don't know if that's going to be not enough. And these ones will go 0. I don't know, 0.3. I feel like you have to go less the farther you go, because then the faster they're going to go. Then these last ones will be 0.4. I don't know if this is going to work. All right, well, let's try this out. Oh, I have my other one still there. All right, T to detach. It's hooked on. All right, and space. It looked like it was going to work, but then it just didn't. All right, what if I'm not in the plane? Like, do you see it, like, about to work? I feel like the issue right now is maybe the tab just doesn't have enough of a grip. Give this tab 1 extra notch of length, and then hope that this works. Okay, so now we press T to drop. Ooh, now, if that tab doesn't take this thing all the way, I don't know what will. The only thing is, I think it's going to interfere with the back of it. Our back is going to collide with it. All right, well, we'll see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh! That shows promise. Ugh. But yeah, check it out. It actually worked as intended. Look at how it slowly goes faster. So it starts off, it's not working. Yeah, a critical error has occurred. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna load back in and see if it works. All right, we're doing this one from the driver's seat. All right, here we go. T to detach. Okay, it looks like it's gonna grab onto me. It's a little off to the side. I don't like that. I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna press space. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, launch. All right, you know what? I don't know what happened that time, but we're gonna try again. But this time we're gonna try, but we're gonna look a little bit more snazzy. What we haven't done yet is we haven't actually added some color to this thing at all. And I think that that is what this thing needs in order to work properly. There we go. Is this not the most incredible looking aircraft carrier and plane that you've ever seen in Trailmakers? I mean, I can't tell you how much time I put into this. Well, as well, I don't want to tell you how much time I put into this. But I realized that it's a little bit harder to paint things when you used really big sized blocks for most of it, because it doesn't give you that much freedom in the paint details. But let's hope that the buttons work this time. All right, T to detach and then space. It worked! Guys, I did not expect that. I totally did not expect that to actually work. We're doing this again. I gotta see that in action, and then we gotta do like a slow-mo shot or something. Oh, that was fantastic. I can't believe it actually worked. You know what? This is really missing something. This is missing something crucial. First of all, the seat's facing the wrong way. Also, the actual aircraft carrier can't go anywhere. We need to add some motors to this thing. All right, there we go. Now we can actually drive and turn the aircraft carrier at will. Okay, so now we're facing in a... No, I'm going to face in this direction towards the land. And let's try to do an ocean takeoff. By the way, I don't know if you guys realize how right I was that the paint job was all that we needed to get this thing to work. All right, here we go. Get in the seat. We have received an incoming request for air support, and ScrapMan is up to the task. So we are getting ready to launch, detaching, and launch. We've got some sad news. Air support is not coming. ScrapMan is no longer with us. He died doing what he loved. Attempting stupid stuff in Trailmakers. Alright, well, the good news is he's respawned and he's back. What view should I do? Should I do like the back view? Oh, you know what? We should do a first. We're gonna do all kinds of views and we're gonna do a montage of a successful takeoff if it works. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, launch. That is slow motion worthy right there. You know what? Let's see if we can come in for the landing. Unfortunately, we don't have a catch mechanism to slow us down quickly when we come down onto the aircraft. And oh, this is just impossible. I cannot stay straight. Oh boy. I'm gonna try it anyway. You like that flip? That was pretty cool, huh? All right. Good enough? I don't know. Good enough, I guess. All right, let's take it to the slow-mo. And if I get any more good takes of it, I'll add those into the slow-mo as well. If you just see the one, then you know it didn't work out too good for me. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We actually made a successful aircraft carrier that launches a plane. It doesn't work all the time, but sometimes it works, and you saw the successful takes. So let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you think I should do in the next Trailmakers video. Leave those suggestions down below because a lot of times I pull from those suggestions. Now, if you're kind of new to the Trailmakers content on the channel, then go ahead and check out this playlist here. Even if you aren't new to it, I've made like hundreds of videos on Trailmakers, so I'm sure you'll find something there that you haven't seen before. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.